And we are back live from the Teen Masters. Ashley Dunn, the #1 seed on the girls' side. She gets off to a decent start. 7-pin on her first shot there. Pretty good shot right out of the gate. And her opponent in this match, Jessica Davies.
Jessica out of Cape Coral, Florida, and Ashley out of Palmdale, California. Ashley is actually the two-time defending under 14 division winner here at the Teen Masters. There's Jessica Davies. Lost to Haley Rubin earlier today in that sudden death roll-off you saw live on Extra Frame. Jessica attends Island Coast High School, class of 2014, be a junior this year. 0-1 going up against Dunn at 1-0. So Jessica Davies fighting for her tournament life now, trying to stay alive.
And she lost that heartbreaker of a match to Haley Rubin, Mike J, a couple hours ago. And now she's got to bounce back and try to stay alive against the #1 seed. It's a cruel format, Mike J. We just saw Cameron Doyle lose in a roll-off. He lost a roll-off earlier to Aaron Juradovich in match 1, and then he lost a roll-off against Greg Young on a very lucky strike. And he is out.
Yeah, 0-2 our lineup at this point. Doyle is 0-2 for the boys. Greg Young is 1-1. Jacob Ettinger and Aaron Juradovich are 1-0. You're looking at Ashley Dunn. She's 1-0. Along with Haley Rubin, and Jessica Davies and Melanie Hannon are 0-1. So with a victory here, Dunn puts herself in very good position to contend for the girls' championship tomorrow. And Davies needs to go a win here to go 1-1 and put herself in possible contention. 4 boys and 4 girls made the trip to Grand Central Terminal, and they'll each bowl the other in a best of 2, with the best records advancing to the championship match tomorrow. Boys and girls will crown a champion, and then we will have our overall grand championship between the boy and the girl to determine our $64,000 scholarship winner. The boys championship will be best of 3, everything best of 3 tomorrow. Boys will get underway at 2 Eastern, girls at 3:30 Eastern, and then the overall grand championship at 7 Eastern tomorrow night. We've got 2 more matches for you in the boys and girls division coming up after this tonight. And then we'll kick off with 4 additional preliminary round matches tomorrow starting at 9 a.m. Eastern. Make sure you join us here live on the online bowling channel as we are bowling the grand championships at the Teen Masters. Ashley Dunn taking on Jessica Davies. There's Ashley at 1-0 with her victory over Melanie Hannon earlier today. Melanie won that first game, and then Ashley came back to win a roll-off in game 2 and then survive the overall roll-off to advance.
Little inside a target, but she gets away with it without leaving a split. And across lane at 6-10. No trouble.
Davies is up. Everyone's clean. Third frame. Spare for Davies now working in the third. And kicks the 10 out. Avoids the split. Going into the competition at the National Championships and here at the Grand Championships, just 2 strike balls are allowed. You have your choice of either the Ebonite Pursuit, Pursuit S, and the Ebonite Cyclone. Those 2 pieces of equipment, the only strike balls that can be thrown. And you're also allowed to carry a plastic ball for spares only. And there's the Belmo model in the hands of Jessica Davies. And fans it. Gets away from Davies. So open frame advantage Dunn here in this best of 2. We've had 5 matches, and each of the 5 have concluded 1-1, requiring sudden death roll-off.
Yeah, on this short pattern, Mike J, if you get the ball going left at any of the pins, whether it's a single pin or the pocket or whatever you're trying to shoot at, it has no chance of stopping. It's going to hook right on by, just like that shot there from Jessica Davies. And the picket fence here for Ashley Dunn. The ball, she got it right really quick and it rolled out. Had no chance. Very, very demanding lane pattern they're bowling on. This is the short. This was Ashley Dunn's choice. She picked the short for her earlier match, and misses the spare.
Fanned it right, fanned it left, so open frame for Ashley Dunn.
That's what we talked about. If you get the ball going left, it's not going to lay off. It's going to keep hooking because the pattern's so short. There's no oil in the middle part of the lane or down lane to hold the ball up against. Quick look at the scoreboard. Even match.
Ten pin for Jessica Davies. Coming up next year live on Extra Frame, we return to the boys division where the number 2 overall seed Jacob Ettinger will take on Aaron Uratovich. Both players there are 1-0, and the winner will assure themselves a really good night's sleep and a virtual berth into the championship match. And then at 8 o'clock Eastern, our final match of the day features the number 2 seed Haley Rubin going against the number 4 seeded Melanie Hannon. So all of that action coming up for you live on Extra Frame tonight as we bring you this coverage of the Grand Championships of the 2012 Teen Masters live at Grand Central Terminal in Vanderbilt Hall, New York, New York. We're at the corner of 42nd and Park Avenue, downtown. And Mike J. Laneside is with you, along with the bowling guy, Jason Thomas. And we'll be here tomorrow starting at 9 a.m. for the wrap-up of our preliminary round competition, 4 matches, and then a break, and we will have championships tomorrow. Boys Championship, Girls Championship, and then the Grand Championship for the $64,000 college scholarship. Dunn happy to accept that without a split.
Yeah, we've got a little bit of Army bowling going on, Mike J. A little bit of right, left, right, left. And that's what will happen to you when the lanes are tough and you know you have to make a perfect shot to strike. Start to squeeze a little bit and don't make your best shots. It just compounds the problem. But for whatever reason, that just seems to be the way it works. When they're tough, you make your worst shots, and when they're easy, you make your best shots. And when you need your best shots, when they're this tough. So another grudge match here, Mike J. See who can hit the pocket and make their spares and maybe come away with a victory.
That's more like it. Double fist pump from Jessica Davies.
Who do you think you are?
I am.
She is. Trying to get this crowd fired up, Mike J. Get these New Yorkers fired up.
Doesn't take much. Throw a light bulb in the street around here and you have a conversation. What's that thing over there? Ten-pin for Dunn. Are we bowling on the long or the short? Can you?
This is the short.
Ferret that out. You have.
And, yeah, Ashley Dunn. That's the pattern she's going to pick every time. Scary the way they're shooting that 10-pin. They're throwing it all the way to the edge, and the ball picks up at the last minute. And the reason is because there's no, like I said, there's no hold. There's no oil volume in the middle part of the lane or down lane to back the ball up against. Normally, you back the ball up against that oil in the middle part of the lane to shoot your 10-pins. It's not there right now, so they have to shoot it this way.
Overcooks it off the spot. 3-pin, avoids the baby split. And we've got a thriller in Manila here. No doubles. And just trying to stay alive.
Got a hook.
Oh, slides by the 3-pin. Open frame.
Look out. You just can't do that in this kind of match, Mike J, where you can't strike. You can't miss single pins. It's going to cost you.
So Dunn and Davies as the New York commuters look on. This is live action from Grand Central Terminal, 6:30 Eastern Time. To the left is 42nd Street. To the right is Grand Central Station above Grand Central Terminal. And we've got a special one-lane assembly battling for a $64,000 college scholarship. Ashley Dunn has won twice here in the Teen Masters in the under division, under 14, and now she's in the under 18 division. Ashley is in the class of 2015, attends Quartz Hill High School. Thinking about advanced education as a career field. Hundred through 6, spare up for Dunn, and a 7-pin lead over Jessica Davies. As you look at the scoreboard here, at Vanderbilt Hall, suspended above an iron grid, and lights and banners adorn this bowling facility. Got bleachers left and right. We've got the good citizens and travelers in New York passing by from 42nd Street into the station. Second consecutive year of live coverage of these Team Masters Grand Championships. We're proud to partner up the Professional Bowlers Association and Killer Bee Promotions with Gary Beck to produce, I think, quite frankly, the coolest youth bowling event in the world right here. Interesting from a bowling ball standpoint, just two pieces of technology allowed as strike balls. The players are the spotlight. How do you make those two pieces of equipment work? The qualifying process takes you around the country, the national championships in Cleveland. Always fun things to do when you're with the Teen Masters, baseball games, kids events, things involving parents. Take a look at teenmastersbowling.com for information about America's most exciting youth bowling program. Now the players have each struck.
Yeah, Jessica has a chance to take the lead here, Mike J.
Yeah. So both players are fishing, and now all of a sudden catching fish. So Davies trying to stay alive here. She's 0-1 coming in. Would love to be 1-1. Take the night off. Double. And how about it? 5 sideways into the 4, and a new leader as Jessica Davies has pieced the first double of this match in game 1.
Yeah, it's really interesting. It's if Ashley Dunn were to win tonight, she'd be in, and Davies would be out. But if they were to split, if Davies were to win, they'd both be 1-1. And then depending on what happens in our next match tomorrow, they'd both still be alive with the chance to make the finals, with one match remaining tomorrow. Carbon copy of the last one, just can opener.
Takes the lead right back, is Dunn, and now we've got a game. It's a best of 2. First player to win 2 games gets the point for the match. In the event of a 1-1 tie, we go to a sudden death roll-off. You know what has happened today? We've had 5 best of 2s. We've had 5 sudden death roll-offs. Now Davies up, 9th frame, working the double. She's got 3 of the last 4, in fact. Wow. Great shot, rings the 10. Tough break.
Looked awfully good. There's really not much you can do about that, Mike J. It's just a great shot. Sometimes they cooperate and sometimes they don't, as Walter A would say.
Drops a 10-pin. So 142 through 8 spare up. And an 8-pin lead for Ashley Dunn. And Ashley Dunn can shut out Jessica Davies. Stepping up in the 10th. Ashley's had opportunities to shut out and has not had success. Let's see what happens here. She's up 1 match already. 1-0 on the day.
Yeah, in her first match, she could have shut out, and she Greek church to end up losing that game. Let's see what happens this time. Pretty good shot. Leaves a 7-pin on a shaker hit. So she makes that. She shoots 189 if she strikes on the fill ball.
Davies would need a double and 4 in that event. No problem on the spare. It's really counting out a huge factor here.
Somebody's going to have to tell Ashley that she's still up.
Bonus bowling.
Pulling a Linda Barnes, Mike J. U.S. Open.
We did see that at the U.S. Women's Open this year in Reno at the Dust Bowl. Cover of the last Bowler's Journal. Crossover, 10 is 10, and 189 for Ashley Dunn. Now Jessica Davies steps up, 10th frame, 2 strikes, and hitting the head pin, and Davies can steal game 1. Davies with a missed single pin and a missed spare, but is still the opportunity. If she can find 2 strikes, she'd take an early 1-game advantage here in this best-of-2 final. Part of our preliminary round competition.
It's got to push.
No dice, so Ashley Dunn goes up 1-0.
Had no chance of holding. That was well inside a target by about 2 boards. And on this short pattern, there's just no hold. So it's going to do it for game 1. Ashley Dunn now is just 1 game away from advancing to the final tomorrow evening. But the tournament hasn't been very friendly so far for game 1 winners, Mike J.
No, still looking for the first time today that a game 1 winner would sweep and go 2-0. Davies needs to win this game 2 to force the sudden death that we've seen 5 times in our other 5 best-of-2s today. Follow the PBA on Facebook and on Twitter. We've been doing updates for you in both places. And for a full wrap-up of the event, post-event, follow TeenMastersBowling.com. Information ball here for Davies. And a final score of 179. Matters only that Ashley Dunn gets the point. So Dunn, a matchup, 1-0 on the day, and now 1 game up in her second match. So here's the situation. Dunn with a win goes 2-0 and virtually assures herself a spot in the championship. And with an 0-2 mark, Davies would be in trouble. Here's Tournament Director Gary Beck.
All right, ladies and gentlemen, in our best-of-2 match, Ashley Dunn leads 1-0. If she wins this game, she wins the match. Coming up right after this, we have Jacob Ettinger versus Aaron Uratovich. That match will immediately follow this one. And who's leading off this game? You are? Jessica Davies from Cape Coral, Florida, will lead off this match. Let's give her a round of applause. Good luck.
So match number 2 underway. And game number 2 now is Dunn leads by a game, and Davies needs this desperately to force a roll-off to stay alive with any shot to even both players' records at 1-1. Or will Ashley Dunn break the mold and become the first player today to sweep 2-0 in our best-of-2 preliminary round matches? You'll find out next with us, Mike J. Laneside, and the bowling guy Jason Thomas, as we're live on the online bowling channel. Extra Frame proud to team with Teen Masters and bring you this great coverage. $64,000 scholarship on the line tomorrow at Grand Central Terminal. We're in New York, New York, Vanderbilt Hall. Ashley drills the pocket. Strike for Dunn.
Nobody's missed so far, Mike J. 3 shots, 3 strikes.
Yeah, we've seen runs of players not being able to find the pocket, not being able to score, and then something clicks and turns, and all of a sudden the spigots get turned on, and the scoring improves. We're on one lane, so both players are on it, and transitions just around the one lane. And we are under the warm lights here, and not a particularly crazy warm day here in New York, but just a typical summer day with summer warmth and humidity. And now both players have doubled here in game 2. Davies trying to stay alive, and Dunn trying to punch her ticket into the championship match tomorrow.
That's kind of what I expected with the shorter pattern, Mike J. With the girls playing out, playing in a similar part of the lane. They should get a little easier as the match rolls on into game 2, and I think that's what we're seeing here. They're getting a little bit of room to the right and a little bit of room to the left. Not much, but just when you're used to having a razor's edge, all of a sudden when you see a board or two, it looks like a 2x4.
Drilled the pocket. Turkey for Dunn, double for Davies. Jessica trying to stay alive. She lost her opening match earlier today live on Extra Frame. Had the match in hand until the final frames and then lost the roll-off to Haley Rubin. And we'll see Haley a little bit later tonight at around 8 o'clock Eastern, facing off against Melanie Hannon. Now Davies trying to stay pace with Dunn. Third frame. No trip 4.
Pretty good shot. Just got it in a touch, and the ball didn't quite lay off and didn't trip the 4-pin out. And she had some trouble in game 1 with the 4-7. She hooked by it, so let's see if she makes the adjustment here. She can't afford to fall behind Ashley Dunn, who's already on the board with the 3-bagger this game.
And a error, and a large one at that.
Same thing, Mike. She just gets it pointed up at that spare, and it's really hard when you're used to bowling on your league conditions at home, where the ball backs up when you get it in the middle part of the lane, especially throwing a plastic ball, to train yourself to give it a little bit of room on that spare when you're bowling on this short pattern.
So now Ashley Dunn in the driver's seat. Game up in the match, and a Turkey. And an opponent miscue, missed single pin spare. Ashley trying to take advantage here and go 2-0 on the day. Hambone.
Well, I mean, Jessica last game, Mike J, she just narrowly lost, and it ended up being missed spares that cost her. She missed the 4-7, and she also missed a 10-pin. And now with Ashley starting with the front 4, she's in big trouble now. Spares aren't going to do it. She's going to need to throw some strikes. Could we go a match without a roll-off?
Possibility exists. Never over till it's over, though. Davies up. 57 open, working the 4th. And right back, solid dead flush in the pocket for Jessica Davies, trying to stay alive. And we've seen every player have bouts of success and bouts of fishing. Invite you back here tomorrow for continuing coverage, beginning at 9 a.m. Eastern with the final 4 scheduled matches of our preliminary round competition, 12 head-to-head matchups, at which time we'll have a semifinalist for our Boys and Girls Championship. And the championship round gets underway tomorrow at 2 Eastern Time. Join us all day tomorrow live on Extra Frame. And Dunn can't shake the 7. Big thanks to all of the volunteers here and all of the folks at the Grand Central Terminal. We got to meet the fire chief this morning and hear his safety presentation, and amazing to be in one of the great landmarks in America at Grand Central Terminal, presenting you this great live coverage. Dunn's in control and bidding to be the first to go 2 and out and win her match without a sudden death roll-off. Davies strike, strike, open strike. Trying to bookend that mistake with a double, and she does. A double, open frame double, and Davies is still around. I'm still here, Ashley.
She bowled really well today, Mike J. She bowled really well in her first match, and kind of, it was shocking that she ended up losing. I mean, there was only one scenario in which she could have lost out of probably 10, and it ended up happening. And she's bowling pretty well this match, but a couple of missed spares have cost her.
So Dunn's got 5 of the first 6. And a 22-pin lead over Jessica Davies. But Jessica's got a double up and can cut that lead with another strike. Key shot here, Jason. Strike here puts her in shouting distance, just 12 away. Has she gotten command of the pocket?
She does. It's just a matter of execution, and does the 10-pin fall? That's in.
Baby split.
Yeah, thumb went down. Ball went inside a target, and it just stops and sits on the nose. We saw the same thing happen last match with Greg Young Jr. and Cameron Doyle. Except for when their thumbs go down, the ball has such a high rev rate, it just keeps hooking. Boy, that's the 3rd time we've seen that today, where a player made a really good effort at the 310, hit it on the right half of the 3-pin, and it didn't deflect into the 10. This could just about do it right here, Mike J. If she can get a double here in the 7th, Jessica Davies is all but finished.
No shaker 7. 7 stands. And with a spare, she'll have a 36-pin advantage with a victory already in Game 1, looking to sweep the 2-game best of 2 and head back to the Marriott Marquis with a 2-0 record and a berth in tomorrow's girls' championship match. Now, same situation.
Don't do that. Don't let her back in the match. Wow.
Well, 157 open and a 24-pin lead for Ashley Dunn. Davies has 4 frames remaining.
Just open the door. I mean, she strikes there and it's over. Makes that spare there, and she's up more than 30. Now it's just 20, and if Davies can double, it's in the teens. Good shot.
Really good shot. Shakes out the 4 and 7, and the opponent miscue loosens up the arm swing of Davies, who's still alive, fighting for her tournament life. She needs this game and a sudden death roll-off to even her record at 1-1 and have a shot tomorrow. And other action in the boys' side, Jacob Ettinger and Aaron Uratovich meet next. They're each 1-0 on the day. Greg Young is 1-1 and done for the day, and Cameron Doyle is 0 for 2 in his matches. And will be shooting for 3rd or 4th tomorrow. She's got to have this, Jason Thomas. 8th frame. Jessica Davies fighting to stay alive. Teen Masters Grand Championships.
Got a chance. Oh, good shot. But a dead 10.
Dead 10. So, spare pickup, 133 through 7, spare up. Trailing by 24 pins. Best Davies can do is 213. And Dunn is pacing at 217 at the moment. Ashley looking to become the first player today to go 2 and out and go 2-0 on her tournament record. 9th frame, game 2, best of 2.
She's pulled a solid game this game, Mike J. Has hit the pocket every single time. The only blemish was that missed spare there in the 7th, but she shook it off and threw that double. And now, at the most, in the 10th, all she's going to need is a mark. She may not even need to show up, depending on what Davies does.
That comes up short, bucket. And that may spell the end of Jessica Davies as far as a championship run. We'll see her again tomorrow. And she'll take on Melanie Hannon at approximately 10 a.m. Eastern Time in her 3rd match. All 4 boys and all 4 girls will bowl 3 matches against the other competitors, and the best records are the ones that advance to the championship match tomorrow. So the magic number for Jessica, or rather for Ashley Dunn, is 200. Best Jessica Davies can do now is 199. Anything with a 2 in front of it, and Miss Dunn will go 2-0.
Just needs 5 pins, Mike J. It's the kind of 10th frames you hope for as a bowler. You don't want the stressful ones where you need a strike or a roll off or look out. That'll do it. She almost got 0, but 7 is enough.
7's enough. Ashley Dunn 2-0 on the day and assuring herself a spot in tomorrow's girls championship match at 3:30 Eastern Time tomorrow. Ashley also has one more regularly scheduled match against Haley Rubin. Which will be some practice time for Dunn. She's 2-0. Even with the open frame, final score is 212 for Dunn. So Ashley goes into tomorrow 2-0. Reminder, coming up next year live in Extra Frame, Jacob Ettinger will face Aaron Uratovich. Both players are 1-0. And then coming up, our final match of the day at 8 Eastern Time, Haley Rubin meets Melanie Hannon. Rubin is 1-0 and Hannon is 0-1, so Melanie will be fighting for her tournament life. And between Edinger and Juratovic, both players will fight to go 2-0. Someone will be 2-0 on the boys' side and be in the championship match tomorrow. Now Davies finishing up 10th frame.
She bowled really well, Mike J. It's a shame that that she wasn't able to win one of her 2 matches, but she throws a great ball, and she's got an awesome future in bowling.
As you see the continuous stream of the good citizens of Gotham moving in and out of Grand Central Terminal in the background. Got bowling fans left and right, and we've got commuters taking a look at the Teen Masters Grand Championships. Final score 177 for Jessica Davies.
From Palmdale, California, she moves to 2-0 in the competition. Up next, we have our boys from Lafayette, Colorado, Jacob Ettinger, our number 2 seed. He will face Aaron Juratovic, our number 4 seed from Olathe, Kansas. We'll need about 5 minutes to redress the lanes, and we'll begin our boys' match. We do have plenty of seats available if you'd like to join us for the next competition. Admission is free.
All right, so
Elise Bolton's going to head down and see if we can grab Ashley Dunn before we take a quick break. And again, we've got 2 more matches for you tonight coming up next at right around 7 Eastern or 5 or 10 minutes beyond that will be Jacob Ettinger and Aaron Juratovic, both players 1-0. And then our final match of the night, as 1-0 Haley Rubin takes on 0-1 Melanie Hannon. Reminder that coverage tomorrow on our final 4 preliminary round matches get started at 9 Eastern time. 9, 10, 11, and 12. We'll wrap up our championship field by then. And then our championship starts with the boys championship tomorrow at 2 p.m. followed by the girls championship at 3:30. And then we'll have our grand championship, boys versus girls champion, for the $64,000 college scholarship. Make sure you join us tomorrow on Extra Frame, your online bowling channel. Also invite you to check out the schedule for the rest of the month. Extra Frame will be in Decatur, Illinois over the weekend, covering the final stop of the PBA Senior Tour in Decatur, Illinois. And also the brand new Silverado will be opening up in Reno at the end of August. For information and schedule for live streaming, visit pba.com, click on schedule, and find the Extra Frame online schedule.
yeah, I'm going to miss that event in Decatur, Mike J. It'll be the first Extra Frame event since the first World Series that I wasn't able to attend. So you're going to have to carry on without me.
I don't know if that's possible. I don't know if that's possible, Jason Thomas.
Hopefully it won't go up in smoke. Although, if it does, it'll prove that you guys still need me. So.
Oh, we need you. Standing by now, lane side, is a 3-time member of Team USA, Elise Bolton, standing by with our winner, Elise.
I'm here with Ashley, who was the first person today to win both of her matches and not force a 1-ball roll-off. What did you do this match compared to your last match to make that happen?
Just where I played the lane and keeping my mind calm and making my sprays this time.
All right, now you're almost guaranteed a spot in the championship. Are you excited? How do you feel? What are you going to take from these 2 matches and help you in that match?
I'm excited, but there's still another match, so I need to keep my head calm and just go through that match and see what happens.
All right, congratulations. Back to you, Mike.
Thanks, Elise, and thank you, Jason Thomas. Thank you, Gary Beck and his staff here. Everyone at Grand Central Terminal. We'll see you back here in a couple of minutes. Boys match coming up next. Jacob Ettinger and Aaron Uratovich, both 1-0. We'll see you back here in New York City.